At this time, I would like to introduce to you our candidates today for both Senior Champion and Grand Champion of the 2015 International Brown Swiss Show. Today's parade was led by our Total Performance and NASCO International Type and Production Award winner. She was entry 2121 from the 5-year-old class, John Lee Secret Langwathby, exhibited by Dalton Freeman of Bremen, Indiana. She was followed by the winners of our dry cow class. They included entry 1681, Old Mill P. Delotti, exhibited by Alan Bassler and James Hammerand of Sarasota, Florida. The second place dry cow, entry 2122, Random Luck L. Tallulah, exhibited by Matthew Thompson of Darlington, Wisconsin. Next in our lineup is the component merit class winner. There were 13 shown in this class. The winning entry was entry 2164, Grassland Speedy, exhibited by Top View of Botkins, Ohio. The second place component merit class winner was entry 2173, Random Luck Prem Talent ET, exhibited by Richard Thompson of Darlington, Wisconsin. Next, we'd like to welcome back the age cows. There were 6 shown in this class. Entry 2153 was the winning entry, Elok Wagor Candid, exhibited by Ken Main and Peter Vale of Copake, New York. 2148 was the second place age cow, Cutting Edge B. Gretchen ET, exhibited by Ken Main and Peter Vale of Copake, New York. Next, we welcome back the winning pair of 5-year-olds, of which there were 17 shown today. Entry 2128 was the winning 5-year-old, Brown Heaven Glen Fantasy, exhibited by Ferme Brown Heaven of Verchères, Quebec. Entry 2135 was the second place 5-year-old, Top Acres Supreme Wizard E.T., exhibited by Wayne E. Sliker of St. Paris, Ohio. There were 15 4-year-olds shown today. The victor in that class was entry 2114, CIE Double W M. Favor, exhibited by Ken Main and Peter Vale of Copake, New York. 2098 was second place 4-year-old Carlin Wonderment Reese, E.T., exhibited by Carlin Swiss and Jeff Brown of Jackson Center, Ohio. Next, we welcome back the senior 2-year-olds. The intermediate champion, entry 2001, Cutting Edge T. Delilah, exhibited by Kyle Barton of Ancrumdale, New York. There were 21 shown in this class. Second place in that class was entry 1995, Dublin Hills Shaley E.T., exhibited by Fairdale Farm, LLC, and Richard and Darren Hill of Owenton, Kentucky. Next, we welcome back the winning pair of senior 3-year-old cows, of which there were 22 shown. That would be entry 2080, Bittersweet Legacy Daisy Dukes, exhibited by Troy and Lindsay Neville of New Glarus, Wisconsin. Second to her in the senior 3-year-old cow class was entry 2086, Fulp Agenda Snickers E.T., exhibited by Ken Main and Peter Vale of Copake, New York. We now introduce the fall yearling heifers from yesterday's show. The winning junior champion was entry 1916, Twin Elms View Java Brie, exhibited by Blessing Farms of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And your reserve junior champion from the fall calf class, entry 1818, Cutting Edge A. Ruby, exhibited by John and Bonnie Ayers and Kenny Mannion of Mechanicsburg, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your candidates for both senior champion of the show and ultimately grand champion of the International Brown Swiss Show. Yes, please show your appreciation for these beautiful animals on the colored shavings. Again, I turn the microphone back to our official judge, Mr. Paul Trapp, for his crowning of our senior champion of the show.
Well, I'm glad I get to give reasons there and not be yodeling, because got to have the right people on the bus, but they also need to be in the right seat. Well, the seat where Tom and I are looking out at these senior champions, we couldn't be prouder. Our component cow, our 2 pair of 5-year-olds, and a beautiful 4-year-old. I'm going to go out and congratulate your senior champion, your reserve, and your honorable mention in that order. Before I do, let's give them a big round of applause. And when I name them, please greet them with a nice round of applause, even if you might have them slightly different. Tremendous group of individuals. Boy, when this pair of 5-year-olds came into the class, Tom and I were both excited. We love both of these cows. They're tremendous cows. As I talked about in class, the first place cow that we made senior champion, fresh 500 days with 3 calves. And if you can look like that with 500 days in milk, I want to go to that barn every day. Boy, just a tremendous dairy cow with that wide muzzle, that deep rib. She's got a little more depth to the fore and rear rib, as I talked about over our second place cow. She's a little nicer in her forewater attachment. 2 tremendous cows. Senior champion will be your first place 5-year-old. Second 5-year-old reserve. An honorable mention on the component cow for the number of calvings that she has. Congratulations. Give them one more round of applause.
Congratulations to the senior champion of our show. She is 21-28, winner of the 5-year-old class, Brown Heaven Glen Fantasy, exhibited by Fair Brown Heaven of Verchères, Quebec. Reserve senior champion is entry 2135, Top Acres Supreme Wizard E.T., exhibited by Wayne E. Sliker of St. Paris, Ohio. And honorable mention goes to entry 2164, Grassland Speedy, exhibited by Top View of Botkins, Ohio.